World War I begins.
Empires pick sides. The Ottomans choose Germany. Britain worries about two things: oil for the navy and the route to India. Oil is already flowing in nearby Iran under British companies. Experts expect oil under Mesopotamia too, the Ottoman provinces that will become Iraq.
So they launch an offensive from the south,
With France at their side. The Allies win World War I. The Ottoman Empire falls apart. Now Britain and France divide the land. Britain moves fast, draws a new country in about a week, aiming to keep the likely oil zones on its side. France signs off. 3 Ottoman provinces end up under Britain, and inside them live 3 big groups: Kurds, Shia Arabs, Sunni Arabs. The new bundle gets a name: Iraq. Soon after the war, in 1920, Iraq's tribes unite against British rule. Britain answers with planes and bombs. The revolt is crushed, but anger stays. London needs a way out, so in 1921 it installs a king, Faisal I. He isn't even from Iraq, he's a prince from Jordan. In 1922, the Anglo-Iraqi Treaty is signed. Britain keeps its bases and directs foreign policy, while Iraq gets a government, but not full power. Then came the oil deals.
the Iraq Petroleum Company, made up of BP, Shell, Total, and Mobil, took almost everything.
Iraq got the leftovers, a tiny slice of its own oil. 1932, Iraq becomes independent. On paper, at least. It joins the League of Nations, waves a new flag, but Britain still controls the oil and keeps its military bases. Freedom looks nice, but it still comes with British guards at the door. From here on, Iraq's story turns into a loop. Generals rise, fall, and repeat. General Bakr Siddiqui pulls off the Arab world's first coup and gets assassinated a year later. Pro-German officers take over. Britain rolls back in with tanks. New officers, new coup. Monarchy gone, Iraq becomes a republic. Young Saddam tries to kill the new prime minister. Fails. Ba'ath Party returns, purges enemies, then gets purged itself the same year. The Ba'ath come back again, and this time, they stay. And in the shadows, a young Ba'ath Party member begins his climb: Saddam Hussein. Iraq nationalizes its oil. Western companies are kicked out. Fields, pipelines, terminals, now Iraqi. Britain can't stop it, so Britain sues. Baghdad signs a friendship treaty with the USSR. Moscow steps in. Soviet engineers and loans expand output. New routes move crude without Western firms. Money jumps in. Schools, hospitals, salaries grow. The state gets rich, and so does the ruling party. During the 1973 Arab-Israeli War, oil prices explode across the world. Iraq's gamble suddenly pays off. More control, more cash, more power. In 1979, President al-Bakr steps aside and Saddam Hussein takes the chair. Days later, Saddam gathers top Ba'ath officials on live TV and reads a list of traitors accused of plotting with Syria. One by one, men are dragged from the hall. Dozens arrested and 22 executed, some by their own terrified colleagues. As Saddam tightens his grip at home, trouble brews across the border. Iran has just had a revolution. Loud, chaotic, and spreading ideas Saddam can't afford to let in. He fears that same wave could ignite Iraq's Shia cities. And beyond fear, there's greed. The border waterway and the oil nearby. He thinks Iran is weak, so he moves first. Iraq crosses the border on September 22, 1980. Quick gains at first, then Iran holds. The front freezes. Iraq gets money and weapons from Gulf states, the USSR and France. The US shares intelligence and leans toward Baghdad. Iran buys parts on the black market, gets some help from Syria. And the Iran-Contra scandal shows secret US arms deals to Iran too. The war quickly turns into a nightmare. Tanks roll, jets scream across the skies. But soon it's not just machines fighting. Iran sends waves of young Basij volunteers, some barely teenagers, charging through minefields. Cities on both sides are bombed. Tehran, Baghdad, all under fire. Then comes the darkest chapter of the war: chemical weapons. Iraq unleashes mustard gas and deadly nerve agents, not only on Iranian soldiers, but also on its own Kurdish population. In the town of Halabja, thousands die in a single day. Men, women, children, all gone in the poison clouds. The fight spreads beyond the land, into the Persian Gulf itself. Mines damage American ships, and the US strikes back, destroying Iranian boats and oil platforms. Then tragedy hits. Iran Air Flight 655 is shot down by the USS Vincennes, killing everyone on board. After 8 years of blood and sand, both sides are broken. In 1988, the war finally burns out. Iran accepts UN Resolution 598. Khomeini calls it like drinking poison. The ceasefire holds, but nothing else really heals. When the guns fall silent, Iraq is left with scars. Massive debts to Kuwait and other Arab neighbors, a giant army with nothing to do, and stockpiles of weapons and ambition. Saddam starts looking south, to Kuwait, for money, revenge, and his next war. Oil prices are low. Iraq wants them higher. Saddam says Kuwait is overpumping and stealing oil from the Rumaila field. He asks for debt forgiveness and better OPEC quotas. Kuwait says no. On August 2, 1990, Saddam makes his move. Iraqi tanks thunder across the border into Kuwait. In just 2 days, the country falls, and Saddam proudly declares it Iraq's 19th province. The world reacts fast. The UN condemns the invasion and demands Iraq's withdrawal. The US rushes troops into Saudi Arabia under Operation Desert Shield. Within months, a massive coalition forms. The US, UK, France, Arab allies, and more than 30 nations ready to push Saddam back. Saddam tries to fight back his own way. He takes hundreds of foreigners as human shields, then launches missiles at Saudi Arabia and Israel, hoping to split the coalition. But Israel stays out under US pressure. On January 17, 1991, Operation Desert Storm begins. The sky lights up as coalition jets pound command centers, airfields, and tanks. Coalition troops smash through Iraqi lines. Thousands of soldiers surrender almost instantly. By February 28th, Kuwait is free. As Iraqi troops retreat, they leave hell behind. Hundreds of Kuwaiti oil wells are set on fire, a true scorched earth. Black smoke blankets the sky and rivers of oil spill into the Gulf below. The coalition stops short of Baghdad. The mission was clear: push Iraq out of Kuwait, nothing more. So Saddam stays in power, beaten, but still on his throne. Well, if you made it this far, you're officially my favorite viewer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thanks for watching.